Hey carnivores, I'm Cassandra. Welcome to my Apex Odyssey. I've been on carnivore for 4 months today. This is my lunch break. We're taking our little lunchtime walk. It's drizzling rain outside. We're in between Arctic freezes, so everything's getting covered with a nice layer of water so that when it freezes again, it'll be icy tomorrow. I had mentioned in a previous video that at my 4-month mark I would update people on my weight loss. And I hate to do that. It's so much not about being able to lose weight. I've decided to stop eating food that makes me feel terrible. And the information that I share is mostly along those lines. I know that people get obsessed with being able to lose weight, but when I feel okay, I'm not as worried about it. I mean, really, I can do stuff now that I thought I wasn't able to do because of my size, but you find out it's not about that. I can do stuff that I wasn't able to do 100 pounds ago. But before I get to that, I wanted to talk about a couple of things that carnivore has not helped, because it hasn't just miraculously fixed my whole health. But before I get off on a tangent, like the video, subscribe, share with your friends if you know of anybody this might help, all that stuff. I appreciate being able to get the word out. So the things that have not helped are ringing in my ears. I still have very outrageous tinnitus, or this ringing in my ears. And I recently saw a video from, I think his name is Larry from Carnivore Quest, who said he still has bad ringing in his ears too. And being on carnivore for 4 months does not seem to have made any impact on that at all. I know this has not got anything to do with my size. It's something that my dad suffered with when he was alive. At one point he was pretty desperate. It got so bad, and I don't know if mine is as bad as his ever got, but he's tiny. My dad is always very ranging from amazingly svelte to very fit at times when he was working out and stuff in his younger days, but he has never had an ounce of fat visible on him anywhere. But he had really bad ringing in his ears. And for me, mine sounds like, I don't know if you've ever driven through a swamp at night and you hear there's just this cacophonous, high-pitched peeping and screeching and chirping of all kinds of insects and maybe frogs, that kind of stuff. But that's what mine sounds. I have swamp ears, and that has not been improved. Another thing I have is this itching on the back of my thighs, and I'm not sure what it is. I've changed I've changed my body wash. I changed the soap that I wash my clothes in. It is right where my legs are in my desk chair, where the back of my thighs, where they touch my desk chair, where it sort of curves down. So it might be something to do with pressure. I'm not sure. But that's been going on since before I started this way of eating. So way longer than 4 months, and it's still going on. I've tried all kind of things to make it tolerable. But this hasn't made any difference for that. And another thing is, I have this swollen lymph node on the side of my neck over here, and this is a long story. We're coming up on, I don't even know if this is the 2nd or 3rd year this has been going on. But I first noticed it, come on, we got to keep going, it's not time to go in yet. I first noticed it as a single little hard knot on the right side of my neck, right there. And that little hard knot is still there. It's like bean size, like the size of a lima bean, and feels about the shape of a lima bean. And as soon as I felt it, I brought it to a doctor's attention, and he's like, oh, you probably just had an infection. Your lymph nodes will get swollen sometimes. and ignore it. You know, it's nothing. It'll probably go away on its own in a couple of months. So a few months later, I was at the doctor again, and it had, I wasn't even paying attention to it at the time, but I was at the doctor, and I had a sore throat, and I rubbed my hands on my neck like this, and it was lumpy. It felt different. The little hard knot was still there, and it's still there, but it was spreading and getting bigger. So I told that doctor about it, and he agreed with the first one. He's like, yeah, it's probably nothing. They gave me some medicine at the time, some steroids and stuff, because I had a sinus infection. He's like, don't worry about it. So over the intervening several months, it kept getting bigger. I mean, I could feel that it was like now from this one small location, right, like almost under my ear, it was getting bigger and closer to the front of my neck. So finally I went to my primary care, and I like filled him in on all of this stuff. And he's like, yeah, well, it makes sense. It's been there for months, and it's not getting smaller, and it's getting bigger. This is the time, you know, if it was going to clear up on its own, it would have cleared up on its own by now. So you did the right thing. We should check it out. So I got sonogram was the first thing they did. And there's like nothing there. She said, or not she, I know there's just the tech who was just taking the pictures, but the doctor that looked at them said that my lymph nodes on the right side were slightly larger than the ones on the left side. There was nothing remarkable to be seen. So I'm like, okay. And then they sent me to have a CT scan with, the stuff, contrast. I'm like, there's nothing there. We're not seeing anything whatsoever. And what really pissed me off about this is that none of the doctors ever actually touched it. Like, it's there. I can see it if I look in the mirror, and I can feel it with my hands. There's something in there. And now I'm thousands of dollars in debt for these imaging services, and they're like acting like there's nothing there. It's really infuriating. And that's what I talk about. That's what I mean when I say that fat people like myself can't even get evidence-based medicine. Even though evidence-based medicine is shitty, we can't even get that because studies have shown that doctors think fat patients are gross and don't want to touch us. So the next thing they suggested was that I go see an ENT, and I'm like, that sounds like a dirty trick. You're just trying to get me to pay thousands of dollars to somebody else. And I have a family member who works for ENT, and she told me that they would have done another, they have CT equipment in their office, and that's the first thing that they would have done. So you want me to pay even more money to somebody who's just going to treat me like crap and pretend like nothing's wrong, or gaslight me and tell me that there's nothing there. But anyway, that was a long tangent just to say that that is still there, and I still have no idea what it is. But it's not really bothering me. The bone under my jaw seems a little tender on this side, and it looks swollen. It makes me look like something's wrong with me, but otherwise, as far as I know, it's not causing any health problems. So either it'll go away or it'll be there for a while, I guess. I don't know what's up with that. So those three things that carnivore has not miraculously cured. Otherwise, I'm feeling pretty good. My joint pain is just shockingly so much better. I mean, it's hard to even describe. And I'm going to pause the video for just a second. I'm going to take care of this doggy mess, and I will be right back. Are we back? Yeah, I'm back. And where was I? Oh, joint pain just drastically improved. My sleeping after about 3 months, so much better. I finally am getting good sleep, good restorative sleep that feels amazing, and I'm happy to go to bed every night and happy to get up every morning. That's so much better. Mood still really good. Come on, let's go this way. My blood sugars do seem to be coming down, not as fast as I would like. I would like them to be like 70 all the time. But now I rarely catch one that's over 110, which is really good for me. Whenever I was using the Dexcom, that the Dexcom does show me about 10 or 15 points higher than what my finger stick does. But just based on finger sticks that I've been using, 110 has been, it's usually not over that. And for a non-scale victory, I bought this pair of jeans. I haven't worn jeans in a long time. I have like a belly apron that just makes it uncomfortable. I do have a pair that I wear sometimes, and they've just gotten where they're really big. Now, because of the way my stomach is shaped, I wear jeans that are over my belly apron. They come up even higher than my navel. And so that's what I'm looking like in a pair of jeans. But they're getting like, they're almost feel like they're going to fall off when I walk in them. So I bought another pair that was the next size down, but it was a different style. So they were, they're still too small. They, whenever I first bought them a month or so ago, or maybe a couple months ago, I tried them on initially, and I knew they would be too small. But I couldn't even get them over my hips. So maybe a month after that, I tried them on again to see. And it's funny because I could get like half of my stomach in there, and but that was all. And so maybe a week or several days ago, I tried again, and they just slid right on up over my hips. And I was like, dang, that is a drastic difference. I still can't zip them. They got, I got like maybe 5 inches or so before I could zip them. But there's definitely a huge change in how things are fitting. And anyway, now to the weight. And again, I hate to use it as a metric for fitness or anything, because it has proven to be practically irrelevant in my health journey. I'm still really, really fat, and just so much healthier than I was, even years ago when I was much smaller. But so far, in the first 4 months, I've lost about 37 pounds. That's not much for somebody my size. The first month, I lost 20 pounds. And then the second month, nothing at all. I kept going, up and down the same 10 pounds or so for the whole month or 6 weeks. And then I lost a little bit more, and, then you stay at the same weight for a while. So that's how it's been going. 37 pounds in 4 months. And I haven't lost any in the last week or two, probably. I don't keep up with it too much. I mean, I do all weigh and record it, but I don't, it's not a very important metric for me, because my weight has fluctuated so much over the last 35 some years that it just it's not very meaningful to me. And I have to be more focused on getting my health in order. And I can't be worried about how I look. I just got to be worried about how I feel. So, come on, to share your non-scale victories or your scale victories if you want to. I'm not going to judge you. Well, maybe a little bit. But not in a bad way. And we are about to get back inside before it starts really raining out here. And I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.